Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Laura Train Mama. Today we're having a look at this Thomas and Friends magazine. It's from the 3rd of October 2001. What we're going to do is skim through the pages of the magazine. Any stories I'm going to upload separately to give them the airtime they deserve. So let's dive in, shall we? Over on the left hand side then is the contents page. This issue is all about farms. Over on the right hand side then is story time, what's cooking. I'll upload that separately. Over on the next page then is a double spread counting opportunity. Today we are down on the farm counting with Henry. Farmer Colette is busy all year round with his farmyard animals and his fields of crops. Today we're going to be counting cows, sheep, pigs, rabbits and horses. Lovely. Over on the next page then is an activity. It's called The Right Way. We're going to follow the track with Diesel. Toby needs to collect Henrietta from a siding. Using your finger or a pencil, can you show Toby the right way to go? And over on the right hand side is an activity called Odd One Out. It's puzzles with Peter Sam. Can you draw a ring around the odd one out in each row? Over on the next page then is an activity called Engines and Animals. Look and learn with Terence. What I'm going to do is upload that activity separately, but for now, onwards. Over on the next page then is a double spread colouring opportunity. It's called Colouring Fun. Today we're colouring with James. How many logs is Terence pulling? Can you figure it out? Over on the next page then is an activity called At the Stables. We're counting with Gordon today. How many of each of these things can you spot in the big picture? We're going to be counting horses and geese. Then over on the right hand side is an activity called Clean Engines. After a hard day at work, there is nothing the engines like better than having a good scrub down with soapy water. Ooh, which engines can you see? Maybe I'll upload that activity separately. Over on the next page then is Rusty's Rhyme. Today it's called Milk Train. So for the activity, you are tracing over the words and then you're able to read Rusty's Rhyme. What I might do is pop this little rhyme into one of these AI apps and try and bring the little song to life. Then over on the right hand side is a lovely little poster. Today we have Bertie and Trevor. Over on the next page then is Percy's post bag. Today we are having a look at various drawings and letters from little people from 2001. And my favourite is, of course, this picture of the Fat Controller. How adorable. I do prefer Emmett's version of the Fat Controller. Plenty of character. I do feel like I should put it on a mug or something. Over on the next page then is an activity. It's called Great Gordon. We're going to copy with Clarabelle. Can you copy this picture of Gordon into the circle below? I do like these grid line type pictures. They help you achieve something that could be quite complex through the grid lines. Very sensible. Then over on the right hand side is P is for. There are lots of things that begin with the letter P in this picture. How many can you find? I immediately wanted to say Percy, but of course there is not just Percy, there's several others. And down at the bottom, we're now practicing the letter P with a pen, pencil or crayon, whatever is your preference. Over on the next page then is a subscription offer. Clearly can't enter that one now, can we? Then over on the right hand side we are looking at this cool dude Oliver who won this train track, the lucky scamp. Then down at the bottom is just the advert for the next Thomas and Friends magazine. Over on the next page then is a special story about Terence. It's actually kind of a little rhyme. I may be able to bring this to life just a bit through one of these AI apps. Let's see. Then over on the right hand side there are some questions. What is the farmer sitting on while he eats his lunch? Point to the rabbit if you want to. Over on the next page then is a double spread look and find with Toby. It's called Windy Weather. Can you find each of the things in the big picture? So for example, there is a little squirrel. Can you find that little squirrel in the big picture? When you found it, the idea is that you tick it off. Okay. Here's just a little sneaky peeky of the back cover before we go. So that brings us to the end of this skim through of the Thomas and Friends magazine. It was from the 3rd of October 2001. What did you think? Let me know. Will you be tuning in for the stories and activities and stuff? Let me know. So if you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up like button. Really helps me out. You could even check you're subscribed if you want to. And other than that, have a great day.